Hello everybody, Gareth here from Paris Technologies, talking about OLAP technology, really useful in business for reporting, forecasting, and today I'm having a little bit of fun with it, looking at some rugby stats for the upcoming Rugby World Cup. Now, what's nice about OLAP technology, very often called cube technology, is you can twist it and you can look at data in a different way, and that can often reveal some insights to your business that you wouldn't get with any other technology. Now here I've asked our technology to look at a twist on our normal data that we would see from Rugby World Cups. Here I'm asking, who are the biggest dream killers? So to me, those are the teams you want to avoid when you come to the knockout stages, because they're very good at knockout games. Now, what is a dream killer? A dream killer is the winner of a knockout game because they'd kill the dream of the team they beat. Now, if I look back to the very, very first Rugby World Cup in 1987, if I look at the Dreamkiller New Zealand, they killed France, Scotland, and Wales. So that would be the final, semi-final, quarterfinal. You know, Australia won a quarterfinal, France won a quarterfinal and a semi-final, and Wales won a quarterfinal. So if I look at Wales, they killed one dream, France 2 dreams, Australia 1 dream, and New Zealand 3 dreams. Now, on this side, of course, these are the people that lost in those knockout stages. And what we were interested in is the cross between these two, because that will indicate whether a dream killer likes to kill off a specific team. So we can run through a couple of others. You know, look at the 1995, quite a famous World Cup. Well, most people can remember that one. South Africa won it against New Zealand, so they killed New Zealand's dream there. They beat France in the quarterfinal, I think. Was it that semi-final, and Samoa? So really interesting. Now, what we're really looking for, though, is when I add all of these up, get all the years and aggregate it. And that's what OLAP technology is really good at, this aggregating. So now let's have a look at it. Well, what can we see? Well, there's a big number here. England have knocked out Australia 4 times. Wow, that's so interesting, you know. I like that stat, you know. And of course, we remember that famous one that they won against Australia to win their only World Cup. They beat Australia in the final. Let's have a look at some of the threes. South Africa, on the other hand, has knocked out England 3 times, famously twice in the final. So very interesting stat. Let's see if we can find another 3. New Zealand have knocked out France 3 times. Now that's, I think, very interesting to me, because very often rugby pundits think that France is New Zealand's bogey team, because if we look at France, France has knocked out New Zealand twice, and in some pretty big games. But actually, the history has been in New Zealand's favor, where they've actually knocked out France more often. And that's kind of important, because New Zealand and France are in the same pool, again, not a knockout game, but it's going to be a really interesting, very big game. So you would think that in that instance, based on the history, perhaps New Zealand has got the edge over France on these big games. So yeah, and of course, if we look at the total now, New Zealand have won the most knockout games, then Australia, then England and South Africa. South Africa, of course, being at a slight disadvantage in that they missed the first 2 World Cups, and so potentially on average, they're heading towards the Australia-New Zealand side. But yeah, really interesting pivot on data that we're all familiar with.